Hello, my name's Gerard Creces and I'm seeking the NDP nomination in Huron-Bruce to run in the October federal election. Now, genocide. It might be the most horrible crime humanity is capable of, so it struck me deeply and dearly when the Truth and Reconciliation Commission released their report this month on the effects of cultural genocide and the residential school system in Canada and the toll it took on our Aboriginal population. Now, this notion is decades old, but Canada only now seems ready to accept this responsibility and find meaningful ways to restore justice to our true founding mothers and fathers. And I realize any pain or disappointment I feel, it's nothing compared to that of the families of survivors, the former students themselves, but I believe that I have a duty as a Canadian to make sure that this wrong is righted. But where to begin? I'm very hopeful that the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's recommendations will be shared across the country, not just in government or on the news, but in coffee shops, in classrooms, in churches. Current and future generations need to learn not only about the residential schools, but about the rich history of our First Peoples that existed for centuries, for millennia, before the first European ships. Now, I think to my own history lessons where Native peoples were relegated to supporting roles for white heroes like Samuel de Champlain, and rather than seeing the true Canadian people as such, they were convenient allies for the British or the French, offering their military support to colonialists and paving the way for modern-day Canada. And there's an ongoing argument right now that John A. Macdonald, our first Prime Minister, in the face of our $10 bill, was the biggest advocate of this cultural genocide in his attempt to solve what he called the Indian problem. But where leaders of the past have failed us, the TRC recommendations give a great tool for the leaders of today to begin making amends. But our current federal government needs to quit stalling, quit ignoring, and quit laying the blame. Now, as an example, our Minister of Aboriginal Affairs has said the issue of high youth suicide rates on reserves was a problem for parents and not for the state. And the same ministry allowed $1 billion in funding to go unspent, funds that could have been used for education, employment, poverty reduction, an inquiry into missing and murdered women. $1 billion that should have been used to improve the lives of the people whose lives were used as bricks to build this country. And that's another core reason why I joined the NDP. They want to create a new relationship with nation to nation with our First Peoples, protect their culture, their languages, their treaty rights, and give back that control that was taken away by colonial Europe. Now, the TRC recommendations are a great stepping stone, and education, even though it was once used as a weapon, is the best tool we have to ensure that this never, ever happens again. My name's Gerard Creces, and I'm seeking the NDP nomination in Huron-Bruce to run in the October federal election. We've all got some learning and some unlearning to do, so let's all play our part in righting Canada's greatest wrong, and together, let's give the power back.